a 90s fan. Okay, Marv Albert.
Yes.
Can you handle this? It's I Love the 90s Part 2. And this is 1997 again. The flicks.
Get off my plane.
The fashions. The trends.
Can you mess with that?
Huh? The TV.
Pokémon.
The tune. A totally jamming year that gave us even more burning questions. Why would that stunning Paula Jones ever want a makeover?
Somebody finally got to Paula and said, Paula, you look like trailer trash.
Who were those Starship Troopers fighting anyway?
It's a giant vagina. Huge. With tentacles coming out.
And was Kay Letourneau the best teacher ever?
Yes.
Not only was she willing to give you an A, but she would give you some booty to go with it.
The answers to those questions plus...
No, son of a...
He's going the distance.
Kenny G really blows.
45 minutes, he held a note.
Jesus, what is he, auditioning to be the new dial tone?
Because you still love the 90s. Because you've still got those Sugar Ray bootlegs, admit it. No! This is 1997, Part 2.
90s back. All right. Break it down. Fire.
Air Force One clear for takeoff.
Air Force One is basically Die Hard on a plane.
Harrison Ford is the president, they hijacked the plane. That's the plot of the film.
You know who I am. I'm the President of the United States.
I could believe him as being president. Now, let me hear what your platform is.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid.
I believe that, Harrison.
Did you see Temple of Doom? Check out Temple of Doom, then ask me why I would vote for Harrison Ford for president.
But he's not really the president. He's an actor.
It's your turn to be afraid.
Terrorists threaten to kill the president's family if he doesn't acquiesce to their demands.
Well, this is Air Force One declaring emergency.
And the laughs ensue.
Gary Oldman as Ivan Korshunov. Ready to destroy the United States of America.
I will execute a hostage every half an hour.
I will not negotiate with terrorists. I won't even haggle with caterers.
I think you negotiate.
If they had my basset hound, Ernie, I'd negotiate.
I'll do it.
This was some of Harrison Ford's best post-Han Solo butt-kicking.
Harrison Ford, President, action hero.
Has Harrison Ford ever died in a movie?
If anybody can hang on to the back of a plane, it's Harrison Ford. What a guy.
You gotta get this plane on the ground.
Get off my plane.
Get off my yacht.
Get off my gondola.
Get off my jock, man.
Get off my foot. You're hurting me.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. Get off the plane.
Get off my plane.
That's the one.
Step off.
Sax superstar Kenny G has made it into the Guinness Book of World Records for holding the longest sustained note ever. 45 minutes, 47 seconds.
45 minutes, he held a note. He blew the note. For how long? Honey, nobody can hold a note for 45 minutes. I think you meant 45 seconds.
I don't think it's humanly possible unless there's a scuba device that he's wearing while he's playing.
Because he's going the distance.
He did it through a breathing system called circular breathing. You simultaneously inhale through your nostril and exhale through your mouth.
What did he play with that? Don't tell me.
What is it? I have no idea.
Brass horn or some sort?
I thought it was clarinet.
He was playing the oboe. He was playing the French horn.
It's a tenor clarinet, is it?
He was playing the soprano sax. Any layman knows that.
He was pacing around kind of to keep himself focused and not fall asleep.
Kenny G.
Really exciting.
Jesus, what is he, auditioning to be the new dial tone?
The publisher of the Guinness Book of World Records was there to keep the time, make sure everything was on the up and up.
45 minutes, 47 seconds. And that undoubtedly is a new world record. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everybody clapped and cheered and they loved it, not realizing that they've just sat there for about almost an hour listening to a guy play one note.
He invented the record. It's genius. I don't hold any records. I mean, I have the Knack on vinyl. That's the only record I hold.
If Behind the Music were to do a story on Kenny G, this would be the top of Act 3. But just when he had hit his climax and was heard in every elevator in the world, it all came crashing down.
Kenny G had something to prove, and we all had to suffer for that.
I hope I never have to do that again.
Big Pick. Meredith Brooks, bitch, was her... It sounds like I'm calling her that.
Good song. Not a great personal ad.
I think she's a bitch.
I hate the world today.
I'll bet you 8 out of 10 people don't even know it wasn't Alanis Morissette.
I heard the song, bitch.
I'm a little bit of everything. I'll roll into one.
I'm a bitch. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a bitch.
I think that song was banished from my home because she got issues. She calling herself a bitch like that.
I'm a bitch.
No bitch here. Sorry.
I have never referred to myself as a bitch. Why would you be all excited to tell people that?
I'm not just a wife and a lover. I can also be a bitch, and I acknowledge that. Love me for who I am, bitchiness included.
Isn't a bitch someone who calls you too much?
I bitch slap, but I've never been called a bitch.
Nag, 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 nag.
Ooh. I've been called a bitch many times, except I couldn't see the person who was calling me the bitch because I had a hood over my face.
News break.
Well, today, R.J. Reynolds has finally agreed to stop using Joe Camel in its advertisements.
We're deeply grieved to record the passing of our beloved mascot, Joe Camel.
He is survived by his longtime companion, the Marlboro Man, and their adopted daughter, Courtney Love.
Sleep when I'm dead.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
So young, died at 23.
I mean, if he'd only checked for lumps.
The problem was there was, I guess, too many little kids saying, I want to be like Joe.
R.J. Reynolds is dropping the cartoon-like character because of widespread protests that Joe Camel persuaded young people to smoke.
Joe's cool.
Those ads were really creepy. He was a cartoon camel who looked like he was maybe getting on with strippers.
Joe Camel, easily the most disgusting cartoon character ever.
What was really disturbing was that Joe's face, very similar to male genitalia.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's in your face penis.
Yes. Anything you want, Joe Camel will provide for enough camel bucks.
Oh, the Camel Cash, yeah. We're not marketing to kids, but each one's worth a Frisbee.
One of the great things that you could get with your Camel dollars was this Joe Camel pepper shaker.
If you wanted a Joe Camel hooker to come to your house and give you a Joe Camel, you could for 25,000 camel bucks.
He was a perv camel. I wish I would have killed him myself.
What they should have done with Joe Camel, they should have showed rotting teeth with the cigarette. You know what I'm saying? That's not attractive.
It's sad, too, because they haven't really come up with a kid-friendly pitchman again.
I hope you had the time of your life.
I thought he was going to inspire a whole new generation of toddlers to smoke. Too soon, Joe. We miss you.
I love 97.
Coming up, when this Model T's a rockin', don't come a-knockin'.
I don't know what was happening at that moment, but I knew something serious was going down because that hand went up his stern. It was like a stern hand.
Plus, a world-famous sportscaster gets his freak off.
It was kind of an S&M bondage situation, I believe. I think he liked to be spanked. Who doesn't?
Next on I Love 1997, Part 2. But first, Jay and Silent Bob and Guys Will Go Gay For.
Ladies, 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 Jay and Silent Bob are into his house. Now, we ain't gay, but if we were,
these are the guys we go gay for. Now I would love to dry hump. This guy plays everybody from Han Solo to the President of the United States. And Tubby over here, he would love to have relations with George Clooney. Even though Batman and Robin sucked major ass. And those are the guys that we go gay for. This is Jay and Silent Bob, and we're out of here.
By Deux. Ben Stein's Pimpest tracks of 1997.
What up, dogs? B to the E to the N, Stein here with your Pimpest tracks of 1997. Let Me Clear My Throat by DJ Kool. Been Around the World by Puff Daddy and the Family. These guys invented the remix, yo. No Diggity by Blackstreet. No Way, No How.
I like the way you work it. No diggity. I thought to bag it up.
All right, pimps and hoes, it's time for me to party up. Can I get a what?
Got Deux. By Deux.
Con Air. I love that movie.
The plot, Nicolas Cage convicted for killing a dude because his hands are literally lethal weapons.
He's finally getting out of jail.
I'm going home, son!
It's on a plane full of dangerous criminals.
Somehow, by hook or by crook, they managed to hijack this thing.
This ain't happening.
Nick, he won the Oscar for Con Air, I think, didn't he?
Rule is, I think in Hollywood, right after you win an Oscar, you're supposed to do a bunch of crappy, big action movies.
What do you think I'm going to do?
It's like you know he did it for the money.
Nicolas Cage, one of his best looks ever. Big bulging biceps and the little wife beater on.
Ugly all day.
He looked like a wild man. Because that's what prison will do to you. It'll turn you wild.
Put the bunny back in the box.
There was something about his accent. I just didn't buy it. What was I thinking? I can fly this plane.
The scariest dude was Buscemi. And Buscemi, if you look at the performance, isn't doing anything. He's basically just sitting there like this. And he's freaky as shit.
Favorite scene in that movie was when the plane lands in Vegas.
Land this thing!
All I know is he ended up hitting the Hard Rock. Hard Rock's not even on the strip. Serial killers and planes, wonderful family fare.
Give me a movie where stuff blows up. I'll probably go see it. Con Air fits the bill nicely.
News break.
Today, I'm extremely pleased to announce that leaders in the television industry have agreed to assign new ratings to their programs.
First movies had R, PG, PG-13. CDs and music had explicit lyrics. It was a natural progression that TV would then jump on that bandwagon.
That happened in 1997. I still haven't figured that thing out.
TVMA. I still don't know what that means. I think it means TV Massachusetts.
V for violence, S for sex, L for language, and then DP for double penetration.
When you see sexual content, that's when the fun starts.
TV. It's just TV about transvestites.
You've got dry hand, basically everything but penetration and split wet. I've got it written down in my car. I can grab it later.
The strangest thing, actually, is people use these symbols really the opposite way that they intend for us to.
TV-14 is to let you know if you're under 14, this is a show you probably want to watch.
Television, the drug of the nation.
Just tell me where the sex is so I can program my TiVo.
My TVMA.
My wife is always going, why do we have black bun cruisers? How come we have sorority sluts? I don't know. Did you program it? That's weird.
I'm talking to you right now, it's TVG, but then suddenly, as I continue talking to you, it becomes TVM.
This interview has been pretty tame, I think. I'd give it a TV-14.
But at least at TV-14, you're going to get something kind of racy. Like, I might say, but it'll get bleeped.
Rid Pick.
I smell sex and candy. Sex and Candy. It's like a pedophile song. You start thinking sex, candy, and then playground. Now that's weird. I've got candy. Let's have sex.
Who's that passing? Mysterious stairs in my... No, sorry. I love that song.
Marcy playground, smelling both sex and candy. I'm trying to think. Certain candies, I guess, do smell like sex.
I smell sex and candy here.
Vagina pops.
I think sex and candy smell good.
Tootsie fart.
Sex with candy. Now there's a thought. Sex and candy, it smells like bacon.
I smell one-hit wonder.
I love 97.
It was a bad day for the NBA, but it was even a worse day for sports.
1997 was a big year for basketball, from choking coaches to biting girlfriends.
I'm about to score a three-point play. Can't you hear the crowd roar?
I'll never forget Latrell Sprewell choking out P.J. Carlesimo.
It's hard to believe that an NBA coach hasn't been choked by a player before that.
I would not be able to comment on that.
We all wanted to choke our coach.
PJ was riding him hard, lost his temper.
Which resulted in aggravated assault.
You would choke somebody, too, if you look like Latrell Sprewell.
And that feels good. If you've ever choked somebody, I mean, there is no better physical act.
You know, you get some short white boy yelling at damn grown, 8-foot-tall black millionaires. He should get choked.
I have to do a better job of controlling my temper.
PJ got on TV, like up under the beard, you saw all the red marks.
I am a good person.
You got PJ in your ear, you know what I mean? You're not hustling. Pass the ball. Make your other teammate jealous.
I personally think choking is sexy, you know. Ain't nothing like a man grabbing your neck and go,
I know that this conduct is not appropriate in society or in professional sports.
Most people are going to say what Latrell did was wrong. I'm saying, dude, got your back. I want courtside seats.
And if Latrell Sprewell's choking incident wasn't enough, then we're led into a biting incident by Marv Albert.
Just looking to put the pieces of my life back together.
Marv Albert gets busted for biting his girlfriend in the back a lot.
Smack my bitch up.
My first initial thought was, how did Marv Albert get a date?
He's a biter. You better, is he friendly? No, he's a biter.
It was kind of crazy. I think also he was wearing women's underwear.
Can you imagine Marv with some underwear on and some heels? That is not sexy.
It was kind of an S&M bondage situation, I believe. I think he liked to be spanked. Who doesn't?
Come on.
This is from the Marv Albert collection, actually.
I knew Marv had a little freak in him.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You kind of want to be a fly on the wall, and then you're kind of like, no, I don't.
They had to mix Marv's signature broadcasting style with possibly what happened in the bedroom.
Clock winding down, time to bite a back. Yes!
And she's under the covers, and they come off, and I'm going to take a big jump. Yes!
I don't mind a little nibble.
So he nibbled a little bit.
Ow, I like it, but wait, not that hard. Ow, ow, ow!
No.
Yes!
I'm taking you to court!
Mr. Albert, are you aware of the charges brought against you?
Yes!
The court at NBC imposed punishment by banning him from sportscasting for a year.
No more biting for you, mister. And then what did the NBA do? They gave him a job back a couple of years later. Fine.
Yes! I love 97. Coming up, suck my what?
Suck my...
What do you say to that?
No, thank you. But I'm polite like that.
Demi Moore takes gender bendering up a notch. And tall, sweaty women get a league of their own.
Cheryl Swoops and all y'all, can you mess with that? Huh?
Next on I Love 1997, Part 2. But first, Patrice O'Neal, Raw on Marv Albert. Yes!
Look, you know how many times, I messed around a little bit. We got rough. It was great during the time. Then you go home and it's like, oh, there's a scratch here. I didn't know that nibble. That nibble felt good at the time. Right, makeup lady?
Hello and welcome to Bootyfone. You have selected the slow jams of 19
1997, also known as the best song to put on when you're doing the nasty like a couple of horny dogs. Rated R. Please select one of the following options. 4. You Make Me Wanna. Usher. Press 1 now.
Somebody's sleeping in my bed.
4. In My Bed. Drew Hill. Press 2 now. 4. Nobody. Keith Sweat. Press 3 now. If you know the name of the slow jam you want to have wild canine-like sex to, then put it on and go for it. Once again, thank you for calling Bootyfone.
Gotcha. The actor, comedian Chris Farley was found dead in a Chicago apartment today.
He was sort of like the John Belushi of my generation.
Who's that fat, friendly guy that you wanted to hang out with who made everybody laugh?
No, son of a...
That guy was great in absolutely everything he did, even movies that were terrible. He was funny in.
What's the one where him and David Spade are in that car? Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy. David Spade and Chris Farley are driving along the road and they hit a deer. And they're very sad because they think the deer is dead. So they put it in the back of the car and then the deer wakes up. It's alive! Its antlers all rip the roof and everything. Oh, I love that. That's comedy. You should add more of that in, you know, Evita. Awesome.
Beverly Hills Ninja. A fat Caucasian man who's supposed to be a delicate ninja.
Are you communicating with me?
Hilarious.
Black Sheep, that was my favorite. He's on stage at a Rock the Boat concert.
You gotta fight for your right to vote!
And everything he says, just like any concert, the crowd's going crazy, like, yeah. And he goes, kill Whitey! Kill Whitey! The whole place just dies silent. That was great.
I've never won 3 games in a row. It's kind of easy to win when you,
never move your back, bro!
He and Spade were so great together, of the dumb guy and then the snarky, mean guy.
Look, Mommy, the rhino's getting too close to the car.
Him too afraid to get out. He's just a little guy.
That's it, big boy. I'm gonna wail on you.
Come on.
When Chris Farley died, David Spade no longer had anyone to make movies with. So he had to go into television and ended up on Just Shoot Me.
Hello, nobodies. Here I am, as seen on TV. How can you have a favorite episode of Just Shoot Me? That's like you have a favorite episode of, I don't know, the news. Yeah, tell me about it. I gotta work with these freaks.
Don't worry about David Spade. He's very happy. He's in his giant mansion with the hottest women ever, just loving his life.
News break.
Ms. Letourneau is an adult who has sexually abused a 6th grade boy.
The Mary Kay Letourneau sex scandal.
Oh, my God. Can't believe I even know her last name. Letourneau. French, maybe?
AKA the coolest teacher in the world. She had sex with her 12-year-old student.
I did something that I had no right to do.
The woman was 34 years old.
He was 12.
She's not even Mrs. Robinson. She's like Mrs. Creepy.
These violations are extraordinarily egregious and profoundly disturbing.
What was the kid's name?
Billy Falau, which just sounds so dirty.
Billy Falau.
She could probably be my girlfriend.
Mary Kay and Billy.
Falau.
Really? Really.
Falau.
That's like a childhood fantasy realized.
Not only was she willing to give you an A, but she would give you some booty to go with it.
Come to my house, I'll tutor you. And then I'll your brains out.
It was wrong, and I am sorry.
Can we just say wackadoo?
The kid wrote love letters to Mary Kay, and I managed to snag one off of eBay.
He writes me poems. So sweet.
You can see that or not, but he wanted her to check a box.
It's been 2 years since they put you in jail. I'm getting hair in strange places. Is that normal? Love, Hal.
She goes to prison.
Then she gets out. She has sex with him again.
She couldn't get enough of the flower.
I think I would have exploded in every way imaginable. Just being confronted with that situation, let alone doing it repeatedly.
Sex was to make babies.
Let alone impregnating the woman.
I think I want to have your baby.
Twice.
I bet you he was the man in school. He's like, yeah, I tore that ass up.
I tipped my cat to Billy Fulao.
Yes, it's sexual assault. Yes, it's rape. Say what you want. That kid's a stud.
I love 97.
Here's the tip.
WNBA keeps getting bigger and bigger. The march of equality moves on.
See, it was the year of girl power.
I love the WNBA. WNBA, those girls are tough, man. They're hardcore.
Y'all ready for this?
Some of these girls, they look like Mack trucks coming down that court.
Man or woman, you can play basketball, then you should get paid for it just like the guy.
Women getting an opportunity to play basketball on a high level is hot.
I like WNBA because you can get such good seats.
I had a huge crush on Rebecca Lobo.
Big, beautiful woman.
Aside from the fact that she would break me if we were to do it, she's about the perfect woman.
I would go one-on-one with any of them. Give me a stepladder and some Viagra. I'm your guy.
Any day, anytime. Just tell me where, what time. I'm not good on Sunday mornings, though.
Cheryl Swoops and all y'all, can you mess with that? Huh?
Who does Rebecca Lobo think she is? Dr. J with that hook shot? You know, there was Dr. J in men's. I'm waiting for Dr. Jada.
This is the official WNBA basketball.
These balls are smaller.
And yet,
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
And this colored ball, man. Why they clowning?
I don't find this an ugly ball. I think it's sort of fresh looking.
Dual action micro pump.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty. We can put roses on it next year.
Did a woman or a man design this?
Where'd you get that ball? Oh, I got it at Macy's. Yeah.
I think the WNBA has been the best thing since the internet.
You go, WNBA.
Big Pick.
I was a fan of Sugar Ray. I liked Fly. Thought it was a really cool song.
I love this kind of thing. When anybody's doing that, that to me is good music.
Melodic pop stuff.
Oh, there was a hook in it. What was it? Fly.
Just wanna fly.
Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby.
And it was a little ticka wing thing in it.
Who else is in Sugar Ray? Mark McGrath.
There's the black guy and,
Is Mark Sugar Ray?
Do you call him Mr. Ray? Or, hey, Sugar, what's happening?
Mark McGrath was super cute.
He seems like he's a pretty sexy guy. I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but I'd do him.
I think I'm as sexy as Mark McGrath. I mean, I hope that's not rude to say.
Oh, my God. He's beautiful.
Spread your love and fly.
I'll spread my love and fly. Oh, me. Oh, my.
I love a dude with frosted hair.
Oh, his spikes and the coloring was perfect.
Hey, look at my highlights. Can I have some more egg wash?
It was a catchy-ass song. Catchy-ass songs just kind of get in your head and ruin your day.
It's bubblegummy pop. It's like even saccharin. Like, it doesn't even have sugar in it.
I love 97.
Coming up, the sinister mind games of Starship Troopers.
Looks like a bug was in his brain, sir.
Bug sucking. Who the hell thought of that?
And why Paula Jones decided to buy a new face.
Somebody finally got to Paula and said, Paula, you look like trailer trash.
I'm sorry.
Next on I Love 1997, Part 2. But first, Andrea's 90210 Lost Diary.
Dear Diary, May 21st, 1997. Well, here's what's been going on in Beverly Hills 90210 since I've been in New Haven 06520. Brandon turned down a Seattle Times job offer so he could be editor of Steve's free newspaper handout, Beverly Beat. Donna was held hostage by a stalker, caught her mother cheating again, and finally lost her virginity to David. I can't believe she lasted till 97. Later.
The college radio cut of 1997.
Yo, straight out of the OC, it's Lit here with the college radio cut of 1997.
All is Full of Love by Bjork.
All is Full of Love, 1997's college radio cut on the low end of the dial.
Got duh.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Starship Troopers may be the most underrated film of the century. It was sort of dark social commentary that people didn't really understand. And when I say people, I'm raising my own hand.
Melrose Space was the Melrose place of the future.
No matter what, we'll always be friends.
Really hot, good-looking people fighting a war, a future war.
Goddamn bugs whacked his Charlie.
All I remember about Starship Troopers was there's like these gigantic brain-sucking insects.
Bug-sucking. Who the hell thought of that?
How would I kill it? Raid, maybe?
I think actually some of the insects were slightly less rigid than Casper Van Dien.
I'm sorry.
Casper Van Dien, the greatest movie star name of all time.
Thank you, sir. Hey, I'm a Colgate commercial. Ding! Denise Richards, I like you. Ding!
That's a fine lady, fine white lady.
You look pretty good yourself.
Doogie Howser is there as like the intelligence guy.
Your basic arachnid warrior isn't too smart.
Neil Patrick Harris, TV's Doogie Howser.
He will always be seen as that. Don't think about it.
Big scandal is the co-ed showering scene. Ladies, dudes, no thanks. I'll shower alone.
In the future, men and women will shower together and fight aliens.
Who asked you to be so nosy?
I don't know which is more exciting.
It doesn't matter what film. If there's a shower scene, be it Starship Troopers, The English Patient, or Porky's, that's going to be the scene I remember.
These actors are incredible when you think about the fact that they're actually just reacting to the director yelling, "It's a giant vagina! Huge! With tentacles coming out!"
It's kind of hard to tell watching it, whether they mean for it to be very funny, or whether it's just sort of funny for the wrong reasons. I think it's for the right reasons.
I love 97.
Pokemon are everywhere. They're invading, each with powers more awesome than the next.
Only a 5-year-old could look at this and go, oh, yeah, that makes total sense to me. They're pocket monsters. You collect them, and you keep them.
Little children collected these characters who all had some sort of powers.
It was appealing to kids because it gave them a task. Even the theme song and everything was, get them all, get them all, get all the car Pokemon. And you just worked kids up into a tizzy. You gotta get them, I gotta get them all, I gotta get them all.
Pokemon is the whole universe. This, in particular, is Pikachu.
Pikachu! Pikachu!
Kind of looks like Meg White from the White Stripes in a weird way.
Pokemon stood for pocket monsters.
Which, of course, had a different meaning when I was in high school.
Wow, pocket monster. That brings me back to the old days when I was 13.
He discovered the one-eyed snake.
Always reaching for my gum.
I want you to like me. You just like me.
News break. Barbie has had a lot of different looks in recent years, but now for the first time, her 38-year-old well-kept anatomy is undergoing a change.
Something very sad happened in American culture. The Barbie doll was scaled down, and the bar was set a little bit lower for American girls.
I know that the original Barbie wasn't a good role model for young girls, but is a thicker waist and smaller breasts a better role model?
It probably is bad for little girls to look at that and think, I want to be Barbie. I want to have no vagina and big boobs that don't move and long legs.
Yeah. She was just out of control. So they said, you know, we got to do a makeover.
Hey, I'm flat-chested Barbie. Who's this thick-waisted, small-breasted woman? Huh?
The thing that made me mad is that they didn't improve Ken. I mean, they never gave Ken a stick.
You need to put your pants back on, honey.
What can you add to Ken? Everybody knows what Ken's missing.
Don't want no short man.
They're not going to add it.
You know, what are they going to give him, love handles? Back hair?
In 1997, it wasn't only Barbie who was changing looks. Paula Jones was changing too.
Apparently.
Somebody finally got to Paula and said, Paula, you look like trailer trash.
This has been a very difficult thing for me to come forward with.
And then when she got on TV, she was like, oh, I gotta switch some up.
Do something with that frazzled permed hair and that smushed up puss you got for a face.
Which was amazing because she looked the same. It was a new ugly.
And what I don't like about her is she has that super southern accent that just makes people sound stupid.
I read that Bill Clinton book and that's what he said was true. And I don't see how he can give outside things like that ain't even true.
Nobody's gonna believe that the governor wanted you to get on that slick willy and get bizow.
I'm sorry.
Maybe. You just might see more of what's inside than what's outside.
You see your boobs.
I'm just kidding.
It shouldn't matter who I am or who he is. It was wrong.
Paula Jones really classed up her look.
Little plastic surgery, little nose job, new wardrobe, and she still looked like
Oh, snap.
Attention on deck.
I'm not here to make some kind of statement.
I thought G.I. Jane was a great movie.
You get a beautiful woman like Demi Moore and you put her in combat boots, it's hot.
Demi's completely hot.
Just treat me the same, no better, no worse.
Demi Moore played Lieutenant Jordan O'Neill, and she was given the opportunity to be the first female to become a Navy SEAL.
Demi Moore has always been at the vanguard of the feminist movement in Hollywood.
All I care about is completing the training and getting operational experience.
And she proves how tough she is.
Wow. She goes there and she goes all out.
Wow. Everybody look, I toughened myself up. Now I'm not as strippy as I was in that last movie.
So what happened to her breasticles?
What are you saying?
She still has her fabulous boobs. But she was ripped.
The best scene in G.I. Jane is when she does the one-arm push-up. Very impressive.
But I expect a certain amount of pain.
What I remember from G.I. Jane is her shaving her head.
It sparked a wave that year of women shaving their heads. Didn't it?
I think I need to have at least 17 pina coladas just to find that attractive.
Stop and give me 20.
The more everybody with me, the more I want to gut it out.
There's always some guy who's just out to get her. That was Viggo Mortensen.
Can you carry out your wounded, Lieutenant? Was he too heavy?
He was a mean son of a bitch.
She just stands her ground and she says, yeah, suck my
Suck my Suck my
She ain't got it. How can she say suck my
Suck my
What do you say to that?
no thank you. But I'm polite like that.
Keep it down, all right?
Someday, there's going to be enough women who are strong enough to carry my dead ass off the battlefield that they can be Navy SEALs.
Booyah, Master Chief.
I love 97.
Coming up, the shocking surprise ending to the year's biggest blockbuster.
I was on the edge of my seat that whole movie saying, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to this boat?
Titanic, next on I Love 1997, Part 2. But first...
And now, 97.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma Bunton. Let's take a look at how the world has changed since I tattooed Baby Spice on my bum. Then Kathy Lee Gifford and Cody were Regis's sidekicks. Now Regis is paired with Kelly Ripa and her kids. Then flavoured vodkas were all the rage. Now vodka and Red Bull are the toast of the town. Then Barbie was given a larger waistline, smaller breasts and more modest clothing. Now Barbie and Ken are no longer together. Want more stuff from back then? Log on to vh1.com and download your favourite ringtones.
Gotcha.
Iceberg, right ahead!
Titanic was one of the best movies. I think it was the best movie of 97.
I wanna sink to the bottom with you.
A movie like Titanic, you can't really understand why it was so big, because we all know that the boat goes down in the end.
I was on the edge of my seat that whole movie saying, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to this boat?
We were introduced to Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, my goodness.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Man is a pimp. He's great with a chick.
So you want to go to a real party?
How about the love scene in the car?
Put your hands on me, Jack.
Where the windows get all fogged up and her hand rubs against the window.
I don't know what was happening at that moment, but I knew something serious was going down because that hand went up his stern. It was like a stern hand. It's a hot scene.
Yes!
It's hot.
Every woman in the theater wanted to be in that car with Leonardo. Of course, the gay women wanted to be with Rose.
I think people loved it because the musical score was great.
Here for wherever you are.
Celine Dion and that song, you know, I got so tired of hearing that song already. I was like,
Well, look, I've always loved Celine. As you know, I wear her fragrance. So for me, she can do no wrong.
The couple of scenes I cried during Titanic, you know, when they was in the water, he was trying to keep her warm. I said, that's real love.
She's like, I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go. And, you know, they have to break the hands apart because they're frozen together, and Jack falls into the sea forever.
I'll never let go. I promise. Hold on for one more day.
Oh, made me cry every time.
You know, honestly, God, how tragic is that? That was the worst, best scene. You know, like, it's so awful, but it was so good.
I'm sure that the women will probably talk about some wonderful scene between Leo and Kate. But for the guys, man, I saw the rudders come out of the water. That was the money, baby. That was the money. That was the money.
I love 97.